Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Off the Rope with John and Doug. I am John.
Enough about you. What's up? One-man army. Johnny Bravo.
You Elvis wannabe.
Listen here. Enough about you. Let's talk about me. Pretty mama.
Now, if I known that, I would have totally rocked a picture and just plastered it right over there. Pow! Johnny fucking Bravo.
This is what I do. I talk like this, and
dude is awesome. He's pretty cool. I like Johnny Bravo.
I like Johnny Bravo.
So, welcome everybody. This is episode number 12
woo
of Off the Ropes with John and Josh, and we are here with a all news episode. Something that we used to call back in the day, Breaking Kayfabe. That's right. It's Breaking Kayfabe time. We're bringing it back. And watch that corner. Pow! There it is. Breaking Kayfabe. Yes. You guys will know. You will see it. And you'll know that this is a news show.
We decided that every once in a while we do simply basic things where it comes down to we don't have shows to cover because there was no pay-per-views. We didn't watch Raw or SmackDown or AEW or Impact. We just want to cover the news.
I think if we watched all the episodes and they did shows on that'd be way too much.
Oh my god, yeah. So
that's why we
have the news, and we had it, and we called it Breaking Kayfabe. So we decided, why not bring Breaking Kayfabe back to you, the people?
Yeah.
Give you what you want.
And look at this sweet graphic. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
It disappeared.
Look at that sweet graphic. It's nice. I mean, it's pretty simple. I made it like 8 years ago, but hey, look at double, bam, bam. Yeah. All right. So,
all right.
Before we get into things, John, how have you been?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's still hot as fucking balls, but it is what it is.
I mean, we're going
to quote President Trump, it is what it is.
This isn't a political show. It's not a political show.
Hey, man, I'm just throwing quotes out, man. He said it, not me. I mean, I did just say it, but
I mean, it is the beginning of August, ladies and gentlemen. We should be seeing the dropping in barometric pressure soon, which means we should be... I know! Fucking shut up.
Not gonna happen anytime soon.
So before we start working on Breaking Kayfabe this week, I want to share with something that I've been working on in my personal time lately, and I want you all to tell me, especially Josh, since he's live with me right now, how's it going? Okay? So I've been working on an impersonation, and I think it's going to bomb, but you can't walk down to the ring chewing gum, and you got to go out there, and you got to look tough, and you got to hit people with everything you got, kid. You know who I'm being, Josh? Who am I being?
I can think of is maybe a JBL, but
that's supposed to be Hunter.
Oh.
No, I guess it definitely needs some work then. Damn it.
Fair enough.
Okay, guys, that was my Hunter impersonation. Why don't you go to our Anchor page, which is anchor.fm/offtheropesjj. Leave us a voice message. Let me know how horrible my Hunter impersonation was.
Or if you're not into talking, hop on onto Twitter.
Absolutely.
Off the Ropes JJ right there. And just berate him. You can see his Twitter handle. Where am I? Whoop. Right there.
At Simply Sane J1.
Yeah. Just be like, you suck. And then that's it. You don't have to get crazy about it. Just a simple, you suck. Like Kurt Angle style. He'll appreciate that.
Look, you berate me and I will go online and berate you back with the hashtag crybaby-bitch.
Yes, you will. And there's only one thing to do when you say that.
Yep. That is exactly it. Right there. Yes. Hashtag crybaby-bitch.
It's not there anymore.
I know it's not.
All right. So we're going to get into some Breaking Kayfabe.
I'm hoping you missed that line.
I did. It's probably a good thing. All right, folks.
All right.
We're going to start off with some AEW stuff this week. But right now, we are actually going to take a quick step away from the AEW news that we were just about to launch. And as you can tell, things look a little different right now. As, yes, we did forget a story when we originally recorded this episode. So
Yeah,
we wanted to take a chance to just kind of put this story in there right off the top. And as we were getting ready to do that, another very sad story dropped as well. So we're going to talk about that one as well, which we will actually address first. Wrestling legend Kamala has passed away. He was 70 years old. Amazing guy. John, I know you had some stuff you really wanted to talk about with this. So
I mean, the
hand it
Ugandan
over to
Giant,
you.
he's a classic, man. Some of my earliest memories were like him and Undertaker in their casket match. You know, I've had the pleasure of seeing him in a couple of independent shows. I mean, he's always a given guy, and I mean, he's had some health concerns. So, I mean, big loss in the wrestling community, in my opinion. Not so much sure how you feel about it.
Yeah, man, I remember watching Kamala back in the day. It's crazy to just anytime one of these like legends passes away, it's like shit, man. You know, you kind of take for granted that these guys are around, you know, and then you know maybe you don't think about him all the time, whatever. But then all of a sudden, he's not there anymore. There's no chance that you'll ever see him. You know what I mean? And that's just it hits you real hard, and I don't know. It's this is a sad one. And
It is
I thought that
definitely sad news.
yeah. So I wanted to just take a moment of silence to commemorate the life of Kamala. All right. You will be missed, sir. All right, I mean, I don't know how you move on from a story like that, but
All
other than to
right, this is
get
how
into
you move
something
on.
fucking crazy.
I got it. I've been working on this one all day.
Oh God,
Marty Jannetty walks into a bar, kills a man. There's no punchline there. This is the
nope.
fucking story.
This is the fucking story. So, for those of you unaware, and if you're living under a rock and you're unaware of what the fuck John is talking about, a few days ago, Marty Jannetty put up a Facebook post that read as follows. It said, "I never told no one this, even my brother Gino, because Gino would have killed him, and I didn't want my brother gone. Hell, he'd only recently come home. Speaking of Vietnam, I was 13, working at Victory Lane's bowling alley, buying weed from and he uses a gay slur that starts with the letter F, that worked there. And he put his hands on me. He dragged me around to the back of the building. You already know what he was gonna try to do. That was the first time I made a man disappear. Yes, you heard that correctly. He said this was the first time I made a man disappear. They never found him. They should have looked in the Chattahoochee River." He went on to say some other stuff, but that was the main crux of this post. So we're going to start with that. John, when you first saw that, I want to know what your initial reaction was.
Well, my initial reaction wasn't to the use of the homo slur or the gay slur. It wasn't to the blatant disregard for racism. My first thing was, how many fucking times has he killed somebody?
Yeah, motherfucker. This is the first time I
This
made
isn't the
someone
first
disappear.
time, I made a body disappear. I'm like, what? Like, how many fucking... Okay, and then the second thing, it's kind of unrelated, but way back in the 90s, Alan Jackson had a song about the Chattahoochee.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wonder if they were singing about the same part. Alan Jackson's
Maybe he randomly saw Marty Jannetty down there one day. He's like, "Oh shit, it's Marty Jannetty down by the Chattahoochee. Sweet, I'm gonna make a song about it."
Alan Jackson's
no
like, "Man, I had fun on this river." Marty Jannetty's like, "Yeah, me too."
Yeah.
So
I mean, the post did go on a bit more, and he essentially threatened his girlfriend or whatever. I think it was his girlfriend or maybe his ex-girlfriend at that time or whatever. Essentially saying that if you hurt me, I will murder you the same way I murdered this guy. That's the whole point of him telling this story. That was the whole point.
This isn't where the story ends either. A couple days later, police open an investigation because for those of you who don't know basic law, there is no statute of limitation on murder. Murder is one of the few that can be a cold case for many, many of years, be open, and come back around, bite somebody in the ass. Now, oh my God. So this story is just so confusing on so many levels because Marty Jannetty says he didn't want him dead, but yet he drags the guy outside. Well, he gets drug outside, and he kills the man. Now, straight up says...
He goes on, he has a whole interview where he just breaks down the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
He breaks down the whole fucking event. Yeah. He says, so during the interview, I mean, I'm not going to read everything, but, essentially he says, he jumped out of a car, grabbed Marty by the hair, tried to drag him out back. Apparently this dude was like, 6 foot tall, big guy. And he was like, he pulled my shorts down and he was going to rape me. Okay. So it's like, first off, I was like, I get self-defense. I get it. For, if that's going to happen, I get it.
Yep.
But then, okay, so he goes on and he says, I can't say he deserved to be killed. I can't say he deserved to die, but he deserved to get his ass beat. And when I was beating him in the head with a brick, I was only trying to beat his ass. I wasn't trying to kill him. And I'm just like, you're beating him in the head with a brick. And you're just trying to beat his ass. Now, if that was the case, then maybe you bust his legs, break his arms, smash his balls. Okay, because he ain't getting up after that. But you're bashing him in the brains with a brick, and you're trying to tell me that you weren't trying to kill him? I don't buy that for a second. I'm not saying that, you're in the right or wrong in this situation. I've never been in a situation like that. And so maybe in that moment you wanted to kill him, and probably rightly so. But don't sit there and tell me you weren't trying to kill the guy. Like, come on. And then what the fuck? Why are you confessing to it now? Like, I don't understand this whole situation. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Primarily, the thing that I walked away from this is, and I don't mean to laugh because this is a serious situation, so I don't mean to laugh. But of course, me being the wrestling fan I am, and knowing the shit I know based on my years of watching wrestling, Shawn Michaels is lucky right now he's not in the Chattahoochee.
Fair enough.
I mean,
yeah.
Even if not Shawn, Vince McMahon. I mean, how many times has Marty Jannetty walked into that company, been given an opportunity, somehow squandered it away?
Yeah. And like we said, like, how many people has he tossed into this river? Like,
or
seriously.
just disposed of?
Just
maybe not even in that river specifically, but how many people has he made disappear where he can make a comment, this was the first time I took a life? Like,
yeah. And so, there is a case open about this. He said that the case has been assigned to one of the detectives said that case has been assigned to a special victims unit detective who handles cold cases. And he was quoted saying, right now we are looking at it as a missing person case. We are trying to reach out to people who may have been here during the time frame or know something about someone missing during the time frame to give us some insight. They said that they will be focusing on the years 1973 through 1975. It's this whole thing is wild, and I'm curious if I don't know how big Chattahoochee is or how much. I mean, it's been 40 fucking years, 45 years. So, good luck. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where he's going. Maybe he's figuring, well, they're never gonna actually pin it on me. You know what I mean? Like, I may have said stuff, but he never technically said. I'm pretty sure he never technically said I killed this guy. You know what I mean?
I mean, not by those words.
He infers that he killed a man, but by law, I don't know how that all works. You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, theoretically, he could have left a very heavily wounded person in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, he does say threw him in the river, but
yeah, but I mean,
I'm just saying, maybe he wasn't dead and he just swam away. We don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know, but I think that's where his thought process, even no matter how messed up that thought process is.
I'm not telling the police how to do their jobs. I'm just saying I would start with employment records for this bowling alley.
Yeah.
Find out who was working there during those few years. I would try to get a hold of whoever ran the place back then. Find out who might have been working that day.
Yeah. You know, tall black guy. Whether he's out as gay or not, I don't know. But, I mean, from the way Jannetty talks, like, it seems like it was known. Like, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of well known that this dude was a scumbag. I don't know. But you'd think that, I mean, granted, like I said, it's been over 45 years. But you'd almost think somebody might remember this guy. You know?
You would think.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Any final thoughts on that?
Marty Jannetty fucking killed a man.
He fucking killed a man. Just let that sink in. All right. Well, we're going to kick it back over to John and Josh to talk about some AEW. So, first off, Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, and FTR have officially signed with AEW. John, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, we all know that I'm a huge Broski fan, so congratulations to him for having a very successful.
Yes,
I'm very happy to see that he's going to find life outside the WWE, which we all knew was, you know, inevitable. I mean, he's a person.
Where, you know, it was really just where was he going to go?
Pretty much. As for FTR, I mean,
I mean, we knew They showed up at Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Or were they there? Was it? Were they there before that? Oh yeah, no, that was TNA. Anyways, where did they show up? I don't remember where they showed up. But when they showed up over there, they were free over AEW. They were free agents, and I'm like, there's no way that they're just gonna let these guys just go. You know what I mean?
My biggest problem is like I'm not a fan of FTR over the top. Like they're cool. Well, at least one of them is. The not bald one. I like him. The one who's got like a bald head, he seems like a pretentious dick.
Okay.
I'm just stating what I feel. I mean, you can't hate me for that.
Fair enough. Did you like them in the WWE?
Overall, I like that they're trying to bring back like a older version of tag team wrestling when like guys were uniform and hard hitting. I'm not really a fan of the gimmick, though. It just doesn't sit well with me. Like,
okay,
yeah,
fine, fair enough. But yeah, Broski with the Moski, I'm always there for that.
That's not the only debut AEW saw this week.
That's very true. Arion Andrew, formerly known as WWE's Cameron, you may remember her. She was a Funkadactyl. She was the first one eliminated on her season of Tough Enough. You know, things like that. She showed up on AEW the same night that the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament Cup was announced.
Yes.
So first off, what are your thoughts on Arion going over to AEW? Now, there was a lot of rumor going around that she was signed with AEW, but it came out she's not. She confirmed that she is still a free agent, just doing her thing. Which, whatever, that's fine. So, what are your thoughts on that, first off, before we get into it? Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan. I mean, even when she was in the WWE and her and Naomi were doing, like, the Funkadactyls thing, I thought Naomi had way more talent.
Naomi was definitely the kind of shining star of the two.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, I watched her season of Tough Enough. I wasn't all that impressed, and she was eliminated first.
I mean, am I happy she found a place to go and hang up her boots for right now? Yeah. I mean, every one of these people deserves this place to be somewhere and, like, get themselves seen somewhere. Do I think she's going to make a huge impact over there, like the Britt Bakers and the Kylie Rays and any of those other people? Probably not.
And as we see in her first match, nah, probably not so much. So
I mean, they seem right now that they are focused. They're like, I mean, okay. So I'm going to break it down real. Okay, they seem to be focused on one name in the women's division in AEW, and that is Britt Baker. And since she is injured, they have put a second person up there, and that is Big Swole. And honestly, I don't see what the big attraction with Big Swole is. I don't really see it. She reminds me of a okay, so you know how like Mattel releases an action figure, and then you go to the dollar store and you see that same action figure, but it's $1 and it's like way not as good?
Yeah.
Just saying, if Bianca Belair had a $1 knockoff version.
I was about to say, I was like, who is she the $1 knockoff of? Oh, that's good. Man.
I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but
I don't really have any. I don't really care. Like, I just don't care. It's not like I don't. It's not like I don't like her. Tournament? It's not like I don't like her. I'm just like, I just don't care. Whatever.
As for the women's tag team tournament, I'm super excited for that.
Yes. So the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament Cup, subtitled "The Deadly Draw," kicked off this past Wednesday on AEW's YouTube channel, I believe. The 8-team tournament features a random drawing of tag partners in a single elimination tournament. Shaul Guerrero was the ring announcer for this first go, and Medusa came out and revealed the trophy cup. So
now, Shaul Guerrero, that's Eddie's daughter, correct?
I believe yes. Which makes sense since Vicky is there.
Yeah,
she is she was actually there this first night. They did their first 2 matches out of the 8, and it was Brandy Rhodes and Allie versus Penelope Ford and Mel, with Brandy and Allie winning, and Anna Jay and Tay Conti defeating Nyla Rose and Arion Andrew. So, yeah, Nyla Rose and Arion Andrew got teamed together here and lost this match. So, Andrew lost her first match.
Wow.
Over into AEW.
Huge debut, already taking on L.
And Nyla Rose, who just came back, who was this big beast, I got a manager, and managers equal success. Vicky Guerrero, the new manager, and then they lose this tag team match. And I was like, huh, okay.
Maybe it's because they're trying to push Nyla in the singles division.
Maybe.
They've only got so many women right now, so you got to kind of fill it out and have it drop down,
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on them doing this tournament cup and these first 2 matches that they haven't announced? As far as I had seen, I didn't see any other announced matches yet. So I don't know if
like I said,
keeping it under the cup.
I think the tournament itself is a good thing. AEW is trying to keep it fresh and somewhat either keep up or get ahead of the WWE in everything they're doing. And AEW so far showing me that they have potential within the next few years to surpass the Monday night ratings of WWE.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, they've got NXT on Wednesday, and AEW is definitely bringing in bigger numbers than that. But the women's tournament, man, I mean, good for WWE or good for AEW, man. Like, and for the first 2 matches, I mean, my personal opinion, document this now on August 8th, 2020. I am calling Brandy Rhodes and Allie to be the winners of the tournament.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
You
heard it here, folks.
You heard it here first, bitches. The Nightmare Sisters are going to win the tournament.
There you go. Who are you hoping that maybe pops up in this tournament?
Oh, God, there's a lot of talent I would love to see pop up in there. Yeah. Depending on whether or not they can get people signed enough to make an appearance.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, Victoria. Love to see people like Jacqueline. Jacqueline was a hard-hitting woman for her time.
Yeah.
Fucking definitely pioneered the way. I mean, I would love to see people like Michelle McCool or maybe like a Velvet Sky show up.
You want to see people that aren't on roster start coming over?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, I want to see them fill it out a little bit. I mean, I know it's only going to be 8 matches, but I mean, I'd still love to see some other like random people pop in, help fill it up a little bit.
Do you actually think someone like a Michelle McCool would actually go there?
Michelle McCool herself, probably not, but
You know,
I mean, like
being the wife of the Undertaker, who's WWE
what?
through
She's
and
married
through.
to the Undertaker. Who would have known that? I mean, I guess if you'd have watched The Last Ride or any of its 5 parts or subsidiaries, you might have known that. But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, The Last Ride is only now playing on the WWE Network.
It's true. It is. All right, and that is not the last piece of AEW news. We had a little debate. That's right, and this is something that Johnny wants to talk all about.
Well,
Chris Jericho, Orange Cassidy. Break it down for me, John.
Well, it goes like this. Let me tell you something, brother. Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho, one-on-one in the debate of the century. And my God, was this segment money. So the debate leader was Eric Bischoff, which we all know, Mr. E, Money E, Mr. Money.
And he did come out and say that his appearance there was just a cameo.
Yep,
wasn't
just a one and done.
He wasn't like a AEW guy now
Nope.
or something like that. So
and he proceeded to lead this like amazing debate between the two of them, and Jericho plays it off so well. First question, all about Chris Jericho, and I mean, oh my God, Chris Jericho eats this shit up. They go over to Orange Cassidy. He doesn't say anything. Second question, Jericho answers. Orange Cassidy doesn't say anything. Third question is about like the rising sea levels, and Jericho's like, "What does that even have to do with this?" And Orange Cassidy just pulls the mic in. Plain as day, he's talking like this. Just, this is what's going on. This is how this works in America. Rising sea levels, this, da 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 da. Thank you very much, and slides the mic off. It was money. So then at the end of it, Eric Bischoff's like, "Look, I have nothing to say except the winner of this debate is Orange Cassidy." And Orange brings his hand up, and it leads to a match next week between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho again with I think it's like a $7,000 bounty or something. It's pretty much the price to replace Chris Jericho's jacket that was ruined by Orange dumping all the orange juice on the ring. Chris Jericho is still whining about that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All I'm seeing from AEW right now is that they have strong belief in Orange Cassidy being a future leader, even if he's not more than mid-card talent. He is somebody that you want to invest money in because that guy is top-tier talent.
Dude, he's
then I wanted to bring up something small about AEW that I know is gonna devastate Josh completely.
Uh-oh.
And that was one of the segments that they did on AEW this week. It was the destruction of Trent's mom's van.
No, not Trent's mom's van.
The LAX, Santana, and Ortiz ripped the tires off it, and they beat it up, and they spray painted it, and they wrote, like, Sue across the hood, and then proceeded to, like, do the circle with and I mean, man, they trashed Sue's van hard. And I know how much Josh loved Trent's mom.
You don't fuck with Trent's mom.
Now, I know that they're trying to build like a little bit of an arc here in the storyline, but why you got to bring Sue into this?
I mean, she was already brought into it, and the van.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been a one and done. She gave him a ride to the ring. She's like, "Hey, honey, don't forget to take your vitamin." He's like, "Mom."
Oh man, fucking, I love Trent and his mom. It's fantastic.
I know that wasn't on our official list to bring up.
No, it wasn't. But
I had to have
piece.
something in there to just shock you tonight, and I knew that would get you.
That was a great piece. Just like
Trent's mom. You heard it from Josh.
That's
Trent's
right.
mom is a good piece.
It's true. All right, we're going to shift our way over to the E, as some people call it, or the WWE, or the double E.
I was going to say, if you're Vladimir Kozlov, it's the double E.
Double E.
I love double E.
So the WWE said goodbye to one of their superstars recently, one Kairi Sane. I love Kairi Sane. She confirmed that she is returning to Japan. She put out a video, or WWE put out a video, a farewell video, where she made this confirmation. Said that she's returning to her family in Japan. Did you get a chance to see this video? I thought it was great.
I didn't, and I should have. I mean, I knew we were going to talk about this, and I really should have looked this up.
It's very heartfelt.
I mean,
It had Asuka, man, just like you could see the bond between the two of them there. It had all the like Japanese wrestlers, like what's his name, Shinsuke and Takazawa, I believe. It was Akira Takazawa. Is that his name?
Yeah.
The one who's with the giant ninja dude now. So like, and they're all like kind of like saying their goodbyes and how proud of her that they are. It was really a good video. I didn't realize that she came to the Performance Center and started training only 3 years ago.
Oh wow, no, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, she said that she came to train at the Performance Center 3 years ago, and she won the Mae Young Classic, the NXT Women's Championship, and the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship in 3 years. Yeah.
So not to make light of her leaving, you said all the Japanese wrestlers pretty much came to like wish her off, but was
like the main ones that I think are utilized.
Okay. See, now when you say it that way, never mind. My question is like instantly canceled.
Because like I said, it was Asuka, Shinsuke, and Akira.
Well, yeah, but I was wondering if SmackDown's #1 commentator Funaki,
dude, that would have been awesome.
I mean, he's still with the company. It wouldn't have shocked me.
It would have been pretty awesome, though.
I will say this, in all lightheartedness aside, it's very sad to see Kairi Sane leave because she was absolutely talented. And I know that when she came to the main roster, it was kind of like watered down and she wasn't really focused on. But she was a talented wrestler.
Yeah. And you got to watch this video. Just like the conversation that she has with Asuka. Asuka talks a little bit about how, before she was brought up to the main roster, she was lonely in WWE on main roster because it's nobody really like. There's very few people who can speak her language. I mean, that work in the WWE, and that unfortunately is the way that it is. And so when they got teamed up, it was like, she like met her best friend. You know what I mean? And so now she's saying goodbye to her. It's a really good video. I really think everybody out there should.
Well, I guess that means Shirai will probably be getting moved up.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. She's good enough to come up the main roster.
Warriors 2.0.
Yeah. All right. So some more WWE news. WWE officially canceled their Washington D.C. Raw taping, which was set for September 21st. Now, when I read this, I was like, why the fuck are they even setting dates for tapings? Right? Like, for audience tapings. Stop.
I mean, I thought the same thing.
Just don't set any dates until we know things are going to, like, even if, like, things are good, you can start having stuff now, and we should be good for a while. Then you can start setting dates. But until then,
don't even... dates before things, like, have even been lifted?
And this show was originally scheduled for yesterday, for the 7th. And it got pushed to toward the end of September, to September 21st. And now they had to...
WWE's just asking for fucking trouble.
Vince just wants the... Like, he's itching to get people back in there. And I'm like, I get it.
Because he knows stuff will go back up.
It's like, I get it. But, dude, like, you're not going to be able to control the crowds. Like, you may be able to control your own people, and honestly, half the time you can't even do that.
I was going to say,
you can't even get your own people half the time to wear masks. So, you know what I mean? So, like, come on. Really? Yeah. I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is Vince doing?
It's funny that you say that, because remind me that you said that during the second to last thing we talk about.
When I say, what the fuck is Vince doing?
No, the mask thing.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a reason.
Yeah. All right. So, next up, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Someone that we all know and love.
Hell yeah.
Has teamed up with Redbird Capital to purchase the XFL. Vince McMahon's defunct twice now football league for $15 million, which they will split equally. So, John, what are your thoughts on The Rock possibly bringing the XFL back? I mean, if he's buying it, you'd think he's going to do something with it, bring it back.
Well,
So
okay, so there's one way to put this. The XFL had one season that ran horribly. We all know it. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. It was shit. The second season never even got to happen.
yeah, no, it did
because of COVID.
No, it did.
No, I thought it didn't happen. I thought it got canceled.
I thought they had played a couple of matches.
Oh yeah, a couple
of matches, couple of games.
A couple of things happened, but I
think they did
season
because it was supposed to be like right after the Super Bowl, so it was like mid-February before everything shut down. So I think they got a couple of games in. I think.
So now that The Rock and his partner are going to own the XFL, I guess the only proper thing to say is finally, the XFL will come back to whoever cares.
To relevancy.
That was good.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I
guess
The Rock he's a smart businessman. He really is.
See, I have nothing bad to say about The Rock like that. I think The Rock, being a former football player and being smart with the way he invests his money, and yet he's a wise businessman at that, he's making a smart choice.
Yeah.
This big man doesn't know shit about football. He barely knows shit about wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
I
think we might. I honestly, I'll probably watch it. I don't really watch a lot of football, but I'll check it out. Yeah.
I got to find myself the right team to want to be behind, though.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to look up some teams and stuff now and be like, this is who I root for.
I feel like he may. Who knows if the teams stay the same? You know what I mean?
We'll find out, I guess.
He may do a complete revamp. Like him and Redbird Capital may do a complete revamp.
It'll just be interesting in overtime. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this story goes, and I'll definitely be following whatever happens with it as the months go on, and whenever the fuck it'll happen, who knows? I mean, we're not even getting regular football. You know what I mean? We should be getting regular football by now, but we ain't getting that either. So because preseason would have started by now. So anyway, speaking of football, former football players, former NFL player Pat McAfee has accepted the challenge to wrestle Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver Triple H throughout this challenge after McAfee punted Adam Cole on NXT.
Yo, can we just talk about that punt for just 1 second?
Sure.
That punt next to Randy Orton's punt looked sick as fuck, baby. He was like, boom, and I was like, dude, oh my God.
Adam Cole is going to need some pills, baby.
Look, all I'm going to say is there's one reason why Adam Cole is who Adam Cole is, baby. Boom. Adam Cole is top of the fucking chain. But why are you crybaby bitching Adam Cole?
He's crybaby bitch.
You should just make me a new fucking thing that for whatever I do in Adam Cole, they can be like, baby.
How does he spell it?
B-A-Y.
Okay.
Baby.
Do you want it all capitals? Because I'll do it in all capitals.
Oh, yeah, all caps. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We are, Josh is making me some new,
Bam,
stuff.
right on the fly.
Baby!
Look at that.
So, I mean, Adam Cole versus this Pat McAfee, is that his name?
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
I am excited for this match. And at first, I thought this was all like, I didn't realize this was like storyline. I thought this was like legit. Because I saw the Adam Cole throw the drink in his face and McAfee's all like, ooh, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what the fuck did I miss?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. The 30th NXT TakeOver, which is why it's Triple X, because the Roman 30. Yeah,
I thought Vin Diesel was going to show up.
And maybe it's going to get sexy, sexy. Kind of like Raw Underground with the ladies, sexy.
Look, don't even know. No.
Oh, we'll get into all that crap. Anywho,
get into a lady.
Oh, well, too. Sure. I mean, I think it'll be an interesting whatever. I don't know. I mean, I hope he's doing training or something. I don't know. Like, I'm always a little skeptical when like random sports players try to get into the WWE because, like, have they done any actual ring work? You know what I mean? How
I mean,
gonna look
Steve
like
Arnell
garbage?
put a lot of time into his match before he wrestled Cody, and people still shit on that match.
I know.
Lawrence Taylor had barely any training before wrestling Bam Bam Bigelow, and people ate that shit up.
It's true.
So, I mean...
But then look at the Gronk.
Yeah, but I mean, if you... So let's parallel wrestling with professional athletes for a second. People like Lawrence Taylor, Kevin Green of the Panthers, who wrestled in WCW for a few months. Steve Mongo McMichael, who was a Chicago Bear. Feel like I'm missing. Oh, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone. I mean, some of these guys, like Karl Malone, barely had any training before he did his tag match with DDP versus Hollywood Hogan and Rodman, and he delivered like 3 moves.
Yeah.
The biggest
what you got to think of first off, stuff like that, tag teams. You're working with guys who, I mean, I'm nothing against DDP and Kevin Nash and stuff, but
Hogan,
but they're bigger. They're not as agile. You know what I mean? Adam Cole's a whole nother game.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I mean, and that's where I'm going with this. Like I want to see more training in these guys before. Yeah. Like I said, Stephen Armel, he got up in that ring, but he was training hard. He wanted that match.
Oh yeah.
Whereas
he can move. He can do stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, go back to when WWE was doing that whole celebrity host thing every week, and guys like Steve-O and Bam Margera shit, they got beat up legit because they didn't know how to keep their mouth shut or take a bump.
Yeah, but they're the Jackass guys. They can take it.
That's true.
Yeah, so it should be interesting. We'll be checking out TakeOver. It takes place the night before SummerSlam, so should be interesting.
Get your fingers ready because I'm calling this now, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of that match is going to be Adam Cole, baby! There it is.
Yeah.
Baby!
All right, so we are going to move on to our next story. Speaking of Triple H, a story came out recently that Triple H allegedly doesn't want to stay with the WWE forever. However, I'm going to preface this. This story seems, at least like the title of the article that I read, is very misleading. All right. First off, this wasn't Triple H saying this directly. This came from Ryback, from his podcast. He's the one who said that some credible people that he knows have said that Triple H doesn't plan to be in the WWE past his 65th birthday. Now, before you're like, oh my God, Triple H is leaving? He's 51. That's 14 fucking years from now. There's a lot of time. So who knows what will happen? You know, a lot can change in 14 years. But the question was brought up, who would take over after Vince is gone if Triple H leaves? So first, I want you to address this. I'm just going to call it a rumor because Triple H didn't come out and confirm this. And then your thoughts on who could possibly take over if neither Vince nor Triple H are around.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to paint you a canvas.
Ooh.
Follow me, if you will, while I play Willy Wonka.
He's going to kill some kids.
First off, he didn't kill anybody. He just named them a little bit. And if those little bastards would have done what they were told, nobody would have gotten hurt. Nobody.
That's true.
So follow me on this journey, though. We got 14 years to cover here, and I'm going to do this in a rather fast retrospective. Okay? Because there's only one way this goes down, and we all know it. Vince McMahon. He's gonna have his board meeting one day, and he's gonna be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna leave the company to my son, Hunter. Hunter, you're gonna take over the business." And Shane's gonna be like, "First off, fuck you, Dad. I'm your kid. Thanks for warning me. I've been here right along." And Shane's gonna be like, "I mean, but it is what it is. Hunter's gonna take over the business." And Hunter's gonna be like, "Listen here, kid. Don't be hurt by that. We're gonna take this business. We're gonna take it right down to memory lane. We're gonna take back the Attitude Era. We're gonna push some of these young talents. I'm gonna need them to go out there, no chewing gum on the way to the ring. I'm gonna need them to work hard. I'm gonna have them work their asses off. NXT is gonna be a #1 show. So it's gonna come down to Hunter's gonna get back in the ring. There's gonna be moments where he's gonna pull Vince McMahon, but the difference is he's gonna have learned from Vince McMahon and not do stupid shit.
Okay.
That's number one. Number one. Who takes over for Hunter is, that could open up a world of possibilities. Stephanie, Shane. But the real person who's going to take over, mark my words on this, the illegitimate love child of Vince McMahon.
I wish I had that picture pulled.
And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Hornswoggle.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be pretty damn funny. Oh my god, I
really
wish I had that picture loaded and ready to go. I could have just blasted everybody's eyeballs with naked fucking hornswogs.
Naked Hornswoggle.
Naked hornswogs. I think I do think, honestly, either just because Hunter leaves, I don't think Steph's going to leave. I really don't. And I could see her taking over. I could also, with Shane getting back to being involved, I could see him taking over. Bam. Enjoy that, everyone.
I know that's a little hard for some of you to see. That is,
I don't know what that is, but all right.
That was the night my son was born. Those were the stars over Buffalo, the night my son was born.
Nice. Very cool. Tattoo idea, I take it?
Something like that.
Cool. All right. So, with that burned into your brains, we're going to take it on to the next topic, and that is Mustafa Ali. That's right, the one that John claimed would definitely be the SmackDown hacker, and was supposed to be the SmackDown hacker, so you would have been right if COVID hadn't fucked up your prediction.
But I would just like to point out that I don't remember if it was the last episode recorded or the episode before that. We had done the whole, oh my God, Mustafa Ali is back. And I was like, it ain't going to last long.
Because that's true. It seems that his push has already ended.
Oh, yes. Man. So, that ended just as fast as the Hot and McSpicy return. Or the McRib.
It looks like Vince McMahon has lost faith in yet another superstar with this recent push for Mustafa Ali. He made his return to Raw recently and was victorious against MVP. And just a week later, he was tapping out to Bobby Lashley, which, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. However, it doesn't look good, especially since he has not been, or he was not on Raw. They had no room on a 3-hour show for this guy. This guy that they just brought back and were trying to push, and instead they stuck him on main event.
Look, I'm gonna,
and he lost on main event. I'm just saying. Now,
I will say it like this: if you take Mustafa Ali and you put him in the ring with anybody else from 205 Live, what makes him any different?
His outfit.
That's about it.
That's about it.
So, something that was taught to me once in the business: if you can put 10 guys in the ring and they all fit the cookie cutter mold and there isn't much that's different about them, what makes you want to book any of them?
I get that, yeah.
And you can't make money off a guy who can be interchanged with anybody else.
Yeah.
Each person has to bring something individually unique to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are at least a few guys in my mind who could easily be the next Mustafa Ali. And in my mind, I'm going to mess up his name. Del Fantasmo, it's Escobar.
Oh, yeah.
That dude, you bring him up with his guys, there's a moneymaker. Mark my words on that.
I agree. I think he would be damn good. So Ali recently came out and said that telling stories is more important to him than winning matches, which I don't buy that. But so I'm going to read his. I'm going to read his quote here, and I'm going to let you kind of decide for yourself. He said, I'm a very unique superstar in the sense that it's not about wins and championships for me. I don't have the best win-loss record here in WWE. I've never held a championship in WWE despite being with the company since 2016. Now, first off, I'm going to stop there real quick. When I read that, first thing that came to my mind, this. I'm just saying that is exactly what it felt like to me. Like he was kind of whining about, oh, I haven't had, I've been here since 2016. You don't hear me complaining, except that's exactly what it sounds like you're doing. Anyways, he continues, says, and that is not me complaining at all, which usually that's what people who are complaining tend to say. The thing that I am craving for, the thing that I am asking for, the thing that I want is to tell a story. And I can sit here and tell everybody I have not had the opportunity yet. All these chances to tell a story and to show who I am weren't told. As a performer, that's frustrating. I don't need championships. I don't need wins. See, again, he's just saying it again so that maybe one day he'll actually believe it. I'm just craving for the opportunity to tell a story. I feel like I'm one of the best in the world at it. And once I get a chance to do it, it's going to be something that people talk about for years to come. Yeah, and yes, I purposely left hashtag crybaby bitch up there this whole time.
Okay, so do me a favor, leave it there for a minute.
All right. All right, John's about to jump into it and go.
So listen, okay, the first thing that he says is something about titles and... Can you repeat the second line about titles and stuff?
Yeah. He says, I don't have the best win-loss record in WWE. I've never held a championship despite being with the company since 2016.
Okay, right there. Stop. You name me one guy besides maybe a Bray Wyatt or a John Cena who has a great career and doesn't always need a title around his waist. Because the rest of those guys, they come, then they go. You want to tell a story, go on Jerry Springer. You want to tell a story, go on Maury Povich. Hell, you could be the next Ellen for all I fucking care. Right now, that says it all. Right there. Crybaby bitch. Be like CM Punk. You want to be the best in the world? Do exactly what he did. Take his ball and go home.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because honestly, you haven't shown me shit since you've been here, boy. You've been a fucking little guy running around in a big man business. And I'm sorry, I should not put it like that because it's not a big man business anymore. The business is left to the smaller guys, and you're smaller than the smaller guys. So you're fucking nothing. You're not good. I mean, you're decent, but you're not the guy who everybody's like, ooh, shit, I need a Mustafa Ali t-shirt. Show me your merchandise sales and shut the fuck up.
I mean, that, Iron Man thing is rocking. That's pretty cool, but you can literally throw almost anybody's name on that logo, and I'd probably buy it because of that.
That's the thing, though. So, okay, so you're a second-rate Tony Stark? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking pick a gimmick. Are you the guy who everybody's going to want to get behind? Are you the fucking hacker? Are you some Middle Eastern with something to fucking prove? Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You got too many things.
You can only have one thing.
I mean, fuck. Crybaby bitch. I mean, that's what you are right now. That's your gimmick. Stick to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need a championship to tell a story. Neither do I. I read a book to my kid all the time. Does that make me the best of the world? No.
It might. Whew. Oh, man.
Fuck.
Johnny got a little heated on that one. That was almost a let me tell you something, brother.
That was almost a let me tell you something, brother.
All right. So, we're going to move past the crybaby bitch and into the Triple Brand Battle Royale, which was recently announced and will determine Bayley's opponent for SummerSlam for the SmackDown Women's Championship. All right. John, what do you think about this?
I'm not so sure. I mean, it's an inter-brand promotional thing, which that's always kind of nice.
Yeah.
Now, my only thought process on this is, because they haven't fully announced who's going to be in this yet, is is this how we're bringing Rhea Ripley to the main stage and
Maybe.
like bypassing NXT again?
Or like in Io Shirai, like you were talking before. Like
I would love to. I would
could
love
be
to
a way.
Shirai come up. I mean, could be interesting.
Like no matter what, it's a way of bringing these NXT women over to main roster for that audience to see.
I will say this.
There are a lot of people who probably watch Raw and or SmackDown, but do not ever watch NXT and have no idea who these women are.
Look,
so that'll be nice exposure, I think.
I will say this. There are no women in the world who deserve to be recognized more than the women of NXT.
Yeah.
Those women, no matter what pay-per-view we're covering, whether or not it was the In Your House revival, an NXT takeover, or any of the other NXT shows we've covered recently, the women steal the show every time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're busting their ass to get noticed. So congratulations to the women of NXT for being put into this perspective angle and made, the best woman win. I think this is going to be awesome.
Do you think Bayley has a shot at keeping this title?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Only because of what they're doing right now with the whole her and Sasha are on this. And again, you're going to hear this first right here. Sasha versus Bayley, champion versus champion.
You think they're building maybe toward Mania? I could see that.
You figure they stay on top too long, they're going to have to face each other at some point.
Yeah. I mean, they hold all of the WWE women's gold. You know? So
I would love to see Vince allow them, and I'm saying allow because it would be needed to be allowed. They show up in some place like IWGP, take like a women's championship from over there, show up in like maybe AAA, take a women's title from over there, start pulling like a Ultimo Dragon and showing up on television with like 6 or 7 fucking belts.
Now, speaking of cross promotion like that,
a
story that's not in my notes right now that you reminded me of that I had forgot to put in, Gallows, Doc Gallows, he's pushing to get New Japan and Impact back on the same page.
Yes.
And working together again. So I thought that was kind of neat.
While we're talking about the women's, I want to bring this up while we're recording. I brought this up to you the other day. If the women of the WWE have their women's championships, and WWE is trying to claim that they are not by any means pushing the women down, why are the Raw and Women's Championships still referred respectively as the Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Women's Championship when it should be the WWE Women's Championship and the Universal Championship?
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Josh and I talked about this the other day.
I agree. It should be WWE and Universal, not Raw and SmackDown. Like, yeah,
I mean, once I thought about this a little bit more the other day, I was like, I would love for Bayley and Sasha to go out there right now because they're the heels. They could get away with this. Yeah. And they're like, it's bullshit that we get fucking shit on like this. And how are you going to talk to us about how we're equal to the men? Yeah, I'm holding the Raw Women's Championship. Because the Raw title is the heavyweight title. So, I mean, they could easily be like, Bayley or Sasha could be like, I'm not the Raw Women's Champion. I'm the Women's Champion. Yeah. And then Bayley could be like, and I'm the Universal Women's Champion.
I mean, I think Bayley would have to say, I am the WWE Women's Champion. Not,
True.
You know what I mean? I think you'd have to use that because then you're really linking it to the two men's titles.
True.
And it's what it should be. There's no reason why why it shouldn't be called that. There's absolutely no reason.
Nope.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
So,
and nobody's going to be able to convince me otherwise.
I'm sorry to link back to that.
Back
to your story about Gallows.
Yeah.
That's not all Gallows has been trying to do recently.
Okay.
Rumor in the business has it that one Mr. Luke Gallows and his cohort, Machine Gun Anderson, as I'm going to refer to him tonight, is trying to talk one AJ Styles into leaving his contract with the WWE. And going home to Impact.
Wow. Huh.
Now, whether or not AJ Styles is going to go home, Who knows?
Yeah.
If anybody can talk him into it, it would be the Good Brothers.
Yeah, but here's my question: what benefit does it give to AJ to go over there?
A little bit more freedom in his character.
Way less money, way less exposure.
However, there is one thing I will say. For one, they could bring back the actual Bullet Club.
It could.
You could actually see like a real.
But is that really all that beneficial for him? I feel like that's more beneficial for fans.
It would be beneficial for fans, but you know what would be beneficial for him? Watching the company turn around from the abysmal fucking drainage it is, actually become a legitimate company again, and then he could claim that is again the company that AJ Styles built.
Yeah, I mean that's a very good possibility. I mean, it is a gamble. You know what I mean? Because you don't really know what would happen. But I mean, hey, if he thinks he would be happier there,
I mean, I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm curious when his contract is up, and as to whether
that I don't know. I should have researched that a little bit, but
yeah. All right, so now we are going to talk about Raw Underground. John, this is as you described it to me, Brawl for All 2.0.
Brawl for All 2.0, ladies and gents.
Yes, so I was unaware of what Brawl for All was. Or sorry, everybody, don't come down on me on Twitter or whatever. So when he told me that, I went and looked it up. But to me, it sounds a bit more timely. I don't know. Like it seems like it fits more. Plus, these aren't really shoot wrestling. It's really not. You know, it's still choreographed. It's still if you actually watch these things, they're hitting each other the way they hit each other in the ring. You know what I mean?
They're doing that because Brawl for All was legitimate. Like
these are pulled punches. You can see it, and it's fine. I mean, we all watch wrestling and are used to seeing that. So yeah, but no one's like legit fucking anybody up in the face. You know what I mean? So
look, I'm still gonna hold reserves to find out how it plays out later on. But as of right now,
however, I do like the way it's shot, because it's got that like kind of almost chaotic feel to it. The set is cool. I love Shane being there and just the way he kind of almost like gets into it. It's really kind of interesting.
Dude, I thought it was funny when he was trying to stop the big dude.
Yeah.
Hey, that's enough. But he's not going to get close enough to stop him.
Yeah.
Like, somebody else get in there. Stop him. Go.
It's interesting. I don't know how long something like this will last. But hey, I'm actually interested to see what else they can do with it. I'm not the hugest fan of them kind of pulling the lowest fucking common denominator and throwing like bikini babes up there just because it's not the fucking mid 90s anymore, guys. Like what are you doing? Like I don't know. It just seemed a little like really that's a decision you made. All right, okay.
This was like a last minute decision to put this kind of thing together anyway.
But just all it reminded me of was Nitro Girls.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or like ECW. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the feel they're going for.
Really, TNA?
Yeah, that's the feel that they're going for, it seems. But I don't know.
Like I said, this
a little weird.
Underground thing was a last-minute decision anyway. I think they're still trying to figure out the details to it anyway.
Oh, I'm
which
sure.
Is why I assumed that it was Brawl for All 2.0.
Yeah. And that's, honestly, you're probably right as in, like, the inspiration for it. I wouldn't be shocked if they're like, what if we take Brawl for All and bring something like that back, but revamp it? And you know what? That's fine. I don't mind them revamping old ideas as long as they do it well, because they don't always do it well, and that's the problem. I mean, look at ECW.
Like I said, I guess we'll see in the end when, like, if injuries start racking up and shit like that, we'll know something's got to change.
Yeah, so hopefully they don't actually start letting this just be a fucking bare knuckle fist fight, because that would just be stupid.
Agreed.
You know, but yeah, so all right, so we are getting on to the next one. And speaking of Shane McMahon, he is now facing a lawsuit.
Yeah.
This is not really wrestling related, but it is Shane McMahon, so I figured it was something that we should at least kind of address. He has been named as the defendant in a lawsuit against Ideanomics, where he has been the top executive since 2010. He serves as the vice chairman of the board. The lawsuit alleges unjust enrichment, abuse of control, gross mismanagement, waste of corporate assets. Ideanomics operates as a financial technology company. They focus on facilitating the adoption of commercial electric vehicles and developing next generation financial services. So, what are your thoughts on this lawsuit? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck that he's mismanagement, gross mismanagement, abuse of control, unjust enrichment, waste of corporate assets. It makes it feel like he's just out there fucking making it fucking rain anywhere he can. I don't know if that's what this all means, but that's what it sounds like.
Funny was for a company that's not even his father's company.
Yeah, it's just,
like this is something
he's one of the top guys at this company. Yeah,
yeah, he's like, hey, Dad, when I'm not wrestling or doing anything wrestling related, I'm going to be working in the electric car business. But I'm going to be out there doing like awesome things, still doing my day stuff. I'm going to make it rain on some people.
Make it fucking
this company's like, whoa, Shane, slow the fuck down that electric car of yours and let's talk about this. And Shane's like, look, man, AEW just had a show. I bought 4 bottles of the bubbly. Like, I had to be there. I'm the one who brought this story to your attention, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I almost feel, and follow me on this little journey that it's going to take this electric car from here to here.
You're going to have to recharge halfway.
What if this is all a ploy by the car company?
Okay.
We're going to publicly sue Shane McMahon, link him to our car company, and say that he's this party animal, but really it put focus on these fucking cars.
Yeah, I mean, I'd never heard of Ideanomics ever.
That's my point.
Right now. You know,
that is my point.
We're literally talking about this company that we, like you, neither of us had ever heard of, but it's in our mouth now. I thought
this earlier. I was like, man, what if this is like their way of just being like, hey, let's put some focus on us right now, and this is just what we do.
Hey, man, it's all a fucking work.
Smart marketing.
It's all smart marketing.
Smart mark.
It's all a fucking work, man. It's all a work. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So, we have 2 things left to talk about tonight. We are going to start off with a new faction has appeared on WWE. They came in wearing black hoodies, destroying shit, and their name, Retribution. Consisting of both men and women, which I thought was pretty cool. So, I have a question for you first.
Wait. Before you even start with the questions,
okay.
I want to go back to something we talked about earlier.
Okay.
This is where this goes. They were wearing ski masks.
Yes.
But did you notice they weren't wearing COVID masks?
Well, they're in the ring, though. Think about it. They don't make anybody else in the ring.
There was more than 6.
Okay. Is that a thing?
Yep.
If there's a battle royal, are all the wrestlers going to be wearing masks? The women's battle royal that they're planning, are there going to be masks?
There should be.
That's what my point is here. I doubt that's going to happen. But that is pretty funny. And I mean, maybe they were clear. I don't know.
All right. So your question, sir.
Okay. Well, first I'll kind of describe what happened. On SmackDown, the group came in. They stormed the ring. Lead pipes, baseball bats. One of them had a fucking crowbar. They, smashed up shit, spray painted shit. They chased off the announce team. They chased off the camera crew. They're beating up trainees in the crowd.
Are these the same people who were throwing Molotov cocktails on Raw?
Yeah. Yep. And then they were spray painting the plexiglass. Then they pulled out a fucking chainsaw and cut the ropes. Just destroyed the ring.
They did.
And it makes me wonder, first off, what are they doing? Where is this going? And second off, you remember it was either last week or the week before, we had a story about how it was confirmed that they had originally had plans for Nexus return?
Yep.
Is this that? You know what I mean? Is this the return of Nexus?
So
Are
there's
are these the hackers? Think about it. The hacker wanted to dismantle the WWE from the inside, right? Maybe he got sick and tired of doing it by fucking with people, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get some people together, and we're gonna literally dismantle the WWE."
Yeah. There were a couple things I noticed with the hack. Well, with this group of people,
Yeah.
and it just made me laugh.
Okay.
One, did you notice that none of them seem to be taller than 5'3", 5'4"?
I mean, I can't tell height when it comes to wrestlers anymore. I just can't. They lie about their height all the time, anyways.
Yeah.
So. But
Yes, But
some of the
biggest
guys
problem-
were about as tall as the women that were there, because you can tell that at least two of the members were women.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so they're all smaller people.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get like any like really like standout guys.
It's not like
that are,
fucking Braun Strowman rolling up, and it's not like this giant ninja dude who you can tell is a giant guy.
Number two, one voice stood out amongst them all.
I want to see if it's the same voice that I thought.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh no, that's not who I thought. The one voice I heard, and it could have been that voice, but the one voice that I heard, I was like, "Is that fucking Dolph Ziggler?" Like I really thought that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hearing shit, but that's who it sounded like to me.
I'm 95% sure I heard Ciampa's voice.
Okay.
Whether or not it was one of the close-ups or when they were doing quick shots, but
I mean, if it's Ciampa, or Ciampa is actually how you pronounce his name. If it's Ciampa, that would make my Nexus theory hold more water. Because if these are NXT people coming over to WWE, like coming over to main roster,
there's only one thing though that'll be funny though. What if it was just a placeholder moment?
Okay.
These are the guys who are going to go out there. They're going to make this impact, but we're not going to actually have some of these guys be part of this group.
Yeah, no, that I get that. Yeah. We're just like, we need 6 people, 2 women, 4 dudes. Okay, about this size. You. Bam. Okay, put this shit on. Go. I could see that.
Now, it turns out that voice was Ciampa's.
Okay.
And then they get to that moment and they're like, yeah, you know what? We don't want you in this group after all.
Okay.
I'd be like, that's funny. That's funny.
That would be funny. What would be even funnier if they decide to have them go after Ciampa or something. I don't know.
That'd be even funnier.
He's still involved, but not in the way he was. That'd be really funny. But yeah, do you think this could be that Nexus storyline that they had talked about before? Do you think it could be the hacker? Do you think it's something completely different?
Honestly, I think it's going to be something completely different. But
Okay.
I think the end result that we could hope for is unaware yet.
Okay.
I honestly don't know where this storyline is going, and that's what makes me the most excited for this right now.
Yeah.
I get early NWO vibes from this, and like Aces and Eights, Nexus. Like I'm getting that feel, and I'm like, yes, it's an exciting time to be watching wrestling again because there's something I can't predict.
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't go down the same route where like the NWO had like 45 people and you never knew who was what and who was doing who. And I hope it doesn't go down like Aces and Eights where the big reveal turns out to be something nobody fucking cares about. Yeah. And I hope it ends up being better than the Nexus even because then we got Second Nexus and the Core. And I just hope this is going to be something fresh and they're called Retribution.
Yeah.
I mean like, or is it Retaliation?
Or, I keep forgetting what it is. Retribution.
Okay. So clearly, it's a bunch of people with one common goal. So let's hope this is going to be something like...
Yeah. We can hope, man. And there's a lot of possibility here, and let's just hope they don't fuck it up. All right. On to our final story. Not really story, but topic of the night, and that is SummerSlam. SummerSlam is coming up. SummerSlam is coming up real soon. August 23rd is when that will take place. Just a couple weeks from now. I'm pretty excited for it. It's one of the big 4. I mean, how could you not be excited for that? The night before will be, like I said, will be NXT Takeover Triple X, aka Takeover 30.
All I'm gonna say,
Saw
if
that
Vin
somewhere.
Diesel doesn't make one appearance, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. He could be the guest host. That'd be pretty sweet. But they did announce some of the matches, so I kind of wanted to go over those and just get your thoughts on the few matches that they did announce, and maybe get a couple predictions from you on what other matches we might see.
All right.
All right, so we've got the United States Championship, Apollo Crews versus MVP. We've got the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus the winner of that triple branded Battle Royal.
Yep.
Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
And the WWE Championship match. Hold on. The WWE Championship match of Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. All right, go ahead and talk about. I assume you were going to talk about Dominic.
And 12 years since the Eddie versus Rey Mysterio ladder match for the custody of Dominic. Yeah. This is the 12 years, and that happened at SummerSlam.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. I just think that's really cool. Not only is he going to go out there to make his dad proud, he's going to go out there and make his Uncle Eddie proud.
Yeah, that's cool. So what do you think about these announced matches?
Well, you forgot a match, unless they haven't fully announced it yet.
I mean, I didn't.
Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman.
I don't think it was announced.
Oh, well then that match will definitely be getting added to it.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like it's going to be The Fiend. I don't think it's going to be Bray.
No, it'll definitely probably be The Fiend, and it'll probably be another stipulation match.
Probably. Yeah. I assume for the title.
Probably.
Yeah, so do you think any of the other titles? Do you think the Raw Women's Championship? Do you think the Intercontinental?
I mean, I would love to. We haven't seen the IC title defended now in months.
Yeah.
Who is even the IC champ right now? Is it still AJ?
Maybe. Honestly, I'm not sure because I feel like we haven't seen it in forever, and I'm not 100% sure.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, give me 1 second.
Yeah, but I'm pretty excited. Like, of these matches so far that have been announced, I'm really looking forward to this WWE Championship match, the Drew McIntyre one there. I'm really digging the fact that Randy Orton is getting a shot at it. I feel like we haven't seen Orton in the title pick. Okay, it's AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is still the current champion.
Okay, cool.
And yet has not defended that title in a while.
All right. Ooh, there we go.
He wrestled at Mania. Was he the champ at Mania?
Maybe. I think so. I'm not sure.
I don't even know.
It's been so long, people. It's been so long. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, I'm actually really looking forward to. Both incredible wrestlers.
That program has been turning into something amazing.
Yeah.
Did you see what returned from Orton recently?
What?
The punt.
Oh, yeah. He punted Edge, remember? He punted Edge. He punted Christian. And he probably punted somebody else. Didn't he punt the Big Show? I think
you know what? Now you're just ruining for me, man. I forgot that, and I thought I had something special.
He's over here killing fucking legends all day.
Legend Killer 2.0.
What? But yeah, what are these matches that they announced? Are you pumped for?
Out of the ones that they've announced so far,
yeah. Obviously, I know you want that Braun and Fiend match. I know that's what you want.
I'm chomping at the bit for that one.
Yes, I get it.
Also, how come the SmackDown Championship tag titles aren't on the line?
There you go. Yeah, another title right there.
Personally, I miss Night of Champions for this reason. Like, championships aren't defended enough anymore.
Yeah. Night of Champions was great.
Let's see, though. Out of the ones that they've announced, I'm going to say I might be most excited for Bayley versus the winner of her tournament.
Okay.
It's something that she can't prepare for, neither can we.
Yeah.
So theoretically, it'll be something like where we're like, oh shit, this could be a first time meeting of these two. This could be the clinic. Or as JR would say, this could be a proverbial government mule beating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a clinic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think it'll be good stuff. I like Bailey. I like watching her work, and I'm interested to see. I really have a feeling it's going to be an NXT star. I just have a feeling that's.
I'm going to call it's either going to be Io Shirai or Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, and I'd be totally fine with either.
Or if they really want to swerve the curve, it's going to probably be Charlotte Flair.
Swerve the curve. You mean Wait, no, she's out. Remember?
Yeah, so she can't return, win the tournament, and come back?
She said that she would not be there for SummerSlam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then, yes, I stand by Io Shirai or
Rhea Ripley. Yeah. I think those are solid choices.
Be Shotzi Blackheart, though.
Shotzi Blackheart. She just
Shotzi! She
just rolls that tank.
Right over Robert Stone again.
That'd be funny. Good stuff. All right. So, yeah. I mean, that's about it for that. You got anything else you want to mention while we're here? You got anything you want to tell them, brother?
Not tonight.
No?
Tonight's been a pretty tame night.
No, let me tell you something, brother, tonight? Nothing?
I did let me tell you something, brother, earlier when I was talking about the debate.
No, I mean, you didn't actually do it as a let me tell you something, brother.
I did.
No.
I was like, let me tell you something, brother.
No, because I brought it up afterward, and you were just like, yeah, no, I didn't do that.
No, I totally did. When you go back and edit this tonight, you listen. It'll be there. I promise you that.
No, it won't, because if it is, I'll edit it out. Bam! All right, this has been episode 12 of Off the Ropes with John and Josh. I am Josh.
I am John.
And, real quick, I totally forgot to do this. Where can they find you, Mr. John?
I was thinking that, too. I was like, so are we not going to... So, ladies and gentlemen...
I mean, they can see our Twitter handles. They're right there.
Yeah, but if they're listening to us and not watching us...
Well, then maybe they should be watching.
So, I mean, if you want to reach out to me, I have a little blog. Josh was a recent guest on my...
It's a podcast, John.
Sorry, you're right. It's a podcast. It's not a blog. But it's called Simply Sane with Jay. And I have a Twitter that corresponds with that. It is at Simply Sane J1. If you want to find me, talk to me about anything, maybe want to set up a guest appearance on my podcast, I'd be more than happy to talk to people about that kind of stuff. But you better have some good stories to share because Josh and I, we literally took the house down.
Hell yeah. It was a good episode.
Josh, if they want to find you somewhere, it's in like one of 6 places, where can they find you?
I have a billion places you can find me. You can find me on Twitter at JP Raynor. It's JPRAYNOR. Or you can find me on Twitter at Movieblog Merc. That is my blog and podcast network, Merc with a Movie Blog. Over there, mercwithmovieblog.com. I do movie reviews and TV reviews and all kinds of stuff over there. A lot of different podcasts over there. If you're a DC fan, you can check me out at DC Comics News. I run that site over there, dccomicsnews.com. And, of course, right here on Off the Ropes with John and Josh on Twitter, right there at the bottom, at Off the Ropes JJ. And if you Russell, I'm talking to you. I remember your name. I don't remember the other guy's name, but I remember Chad. Russell.
Chad.
Oh, Chad. Yeah. I should remember fucking Chad. Yeah. Right here. Leave a goddamn voice message. I'm calling you out. Punk ass bitches. Yeah.
Oh, man. My QA guy and my stock bitch.
Yeah. But, yeah. So you can find us on any of those platforms, whatever. And, again, this has been episode 12 of Off the Ropes with John and Josh. I am Josh.
I'm always John.
And we are down for the count. Until next time.